Welcome back. Now what we need to do is that we need to create the payments table. And to create the payments table, you need to open the database and then you need to click on SQL. And then I'm going to use SQL to create the table. So I'm going to paste this code. So this code is going to create the table. So let me explain this code. This code is going to create the payments table where there will be 4 columns. The first column is payment ID. And the payment ID is going to be integer of 11 digits, and it's going to be auto increment, so it's going to be unique. And then we will have the order ID, the user ID, the transaction ID, and the primary key is the payment ID. And if you want to use this code, you need to pause the video right now and type this code. So again, you need to pause and type this in your SQL. Just pause the video and type this command: create table if not exists, payments, payment ID, etc. So all of this code, you need to type this code. And once you are done, just click on go, and this is going to create the table. And you should find the table here among your tables. As you can see inside the database, you will find that we have a new table now called payments. If you click on it, you will find that here, if you click on the structure, you'll find the structure. We have payment ID, order ID, user ID, and transaction ID. Make sure that payment ID is auto increment. This is very important. That's it. Now we have this payments table. Now we can use this payments table to complete to store payments. So let me now head on over to the project and work on this. So now in the project, as you can see, we continued, we finished this code. I finished working on this code, which is complete payment. Let me now test this code. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to start the process from scratch. So I'm going to create a new order. I'm going to go back to home, or alternatively, I can pay for an order that I already have. So as you can see, I have so many orders. For example, let me here pay for this order. Let me here click on details, and here let me click on pay now. So if I click on pay now, the PayPal button will be displayed right here. As you can see, PayPal payment button. Let me click on it, and I will be connected to PayPal, and I need to log in first. So again, you need to log in with the buyer account that you created, and then click on next, and then you need to type the password, and then click on login. So I should here get 405. So here, as you can see, 405. So let me now use use my balance to pay. I'm gonna click on pay now, and here it says processing. And as you can see, what I'm gonna get here is that I'm gonna get an error. This is a very common error. This error, even though this error is basic, many developers fall into this type of error. So let me show you how to fix this error. So now remember in the complete payment.php, here I said location account.php. However, the account is outside the server. Therefore, we need to say dot and then / and then account.php. This is very important. Let me click on file and test one more time. So I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to pay for another order. Let me go back, and here it says paid, but it did not redirect me to the correct page. So let me test one more time. I'm going to click here on details, and then I'm going to pay for this. Let me click on pay now, and here let me now pay for this order. And as you can see, it was paid successfully, and it took me to this page. As you can see, it says here paid. Paid here, this order was paid, and this order was paid. But the problem is that we still need to display a success message. So let's work on displaying a success message. So in the account, here, after we take the user to the account page, we have this variable, payment message. So we need to display this payment message. So in the account, I'm going to open the account, and then in the account, what I'm going to do is that above Above this, I'm going to show you exactly where I'm going to display the message. I'm going to display the message here, specifically here. So here, let me show you where it's going to be displayed. So I'm going to say here message, and then I'm going to save and refresh to show you the location. So if I refresh here, the message will be displayed here, but we need to fix the design. So let me here say class, and then margin top 5, and I'm going to also say text center. So let me refresh, and it will be displayed here. So the message will be displayed here. So to do this, to display the message, we need to use PHP. I'm going to say here PHP, and then here first we need to check. I'm going to say if what, if get, because this is a get, payment message is set, first is set get payment underscore message. If we have this message, then curly bracket, and then we need here to open another PHP, and then we need here to say we need to close the curly bracket, and then I'm going to copy this P paragraph, and then I'm going to paste it between here, in between. And what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to add here space to show you the block of code, which is this. Here, all you need to do is that you need to say PHP, and then echo, and then get payment message, payment underscore message, and then semicolon. And make sure that the payment message key is equal to this one, payment message. Make sure that you don't have any typos. So let's now test another time. So to test one more time, let me first refresh, and here as you can see it says paid successfully. So the reason is because I'm still in the same page, but let me also add a color to this message. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say style color green, because this is a success message. Let me now go back and pay for one of these orders. So we have order. I'm going to click on details and then pay now, and then I'm going to click on PayPal and let me pay for this order. Let me click on pay now, and as you can see it's going to say here paid successfully, thanks for your shopping with us. And if you scroll, you'll find that the order here it says paid, so the process was successful. And if you click on details, you should never find the pay now button, because this order was paid already. So it's great. Now it's great. And you as the owner, you have control over displaying the status. So you can now, if an order is paid, if in the database you find, if you go to the database and um, check the orders and find that an order was paid, you can start shipping that order to the user. So if you find, of course you need to monitor your orders regularly, and then if you find that an order was paid, you can start shipping it, and you can change the status from paid to shipped or delivered, and it will automatically be displayed here to the user. So for example, if you are the owner and if you changed this to shipped, for example, if you say here shipped, and if you update this, now in my account as the customer, here it's going to say shipped. So the customer will know whether the order was shipped or not. And if it's delivered, you need to say here delivered. And of course the user will have received, by that time the user will have received the order, as you can see, delivered. And regarding this message, as soon as you go as soon as you go away from this um, page and go back to your account, the message will never be displayed again, which is great. So the system now, the payment system now is complete. Finally, in the payments, if you click on payments, you should find that the order was, as you can see, the order was the payment was stored. So the payment here, payment ID, the order ID, and the user ID. So the user ID is 1, that's correct. The order ID is 5, 6, and 10. You can verify this by going to the orders. So order number 5 paid, order number 6 paid, order number 10 paid, and I changed this to delivered. For the transaction ID, the transaction ID is given by PayPal, so you can't change this. It's given by PayPal. PayPal decides the transaction ID. It could be a number, it could be a string, it could be a combination of numbers and strings. So you shouldn't change this. PayPal is going to give you the transaction ID, and you need to get the transaction ID here from the GET request.